Hi everyone, this is Jacqueline Scott with AEP 859, Module 1. How does leadership impact academic, non-academic activities and barriers? You can see my family in this picture, my husband who is a SPED director in one of the districts around here, and then my son Lucas, he's 7 years old, and my daughter Lily, who's 3 years old. Who am I? I graduated from Miami University in Ohio where I played basketball. I then taught in Indiana 7th and 8th grade reading and language arts, and during that time also coached high school girls basketball. After 2 years in Indiana, my husband and I came out to Colorado because he's from here, and I have taught in two other school districts before the one I'm in now, which is St. Vrain Valley School District. We are the sixth largest district in Colorado, and we service over 30,000 students. I work at Trail Ridge Middle School in Longmont, and I teach sixth grade language arts. This is my 12th year teaching overall, 10 years in Colorado. And during this time, I've coached high school and middle school basketball until I had both my kids. Then I had to put that on pause, but I do coach my son right now in rec league. So module 1, critical reflection. 10 academic activities. So our district is really big, and so we're very fortunate. We actually have a lot of academic programs available. We have iReady Reading and Math, Ready Gen. We have STEM by Design, which is science, technology, engineering, and math, reading intervention, project-based learning, Emergenetics, e-credit recovery program, Life Skills ACE, MobiMax, and Khan Academy. My principal does a great job of supporting these programs, gives students extra support and other opportunities in the academic realm of advancing their knowledge in content areas. And overall, teachers, students, and parents really appreciate these programs. Non-academic activities available. We have sports, basketball, volleyball, golf, track and field, wrestling, soccer. Clubs, we have geography club, chess club, robotics, and I have robotics different on another line because robotics is a huge club, and it's more than just a club because it's also offered as a class, and we won state, and then they actually went to nationals and did excellent. So we have a really strong robotics club. And then we have 7 Mindsets, which is our SEL program, our social emotional learning program. We have jazz band, yearbook and photography, gardening, 100-mile club, student council, trailblazers, leadership, and then unified sports program, which is a new program for students with special needs, teaming up with other students and playing other and competing against other schools around the area. And it's become a really fun, supportive program. My principal also does a really great job of supporting these. They allow students to grow and learn outside of the content areas and to learn other non-academic skills that they don't normally do in the classroom. The principal also does a great job delegating these activities to teachers and staff members who have a passion or a talent in these areas. And I know, again, these are really appreciated within the community as well. So information gleaned from resources, non-academic skills needed for success in school. So in order for students to really have success, they have to have non-academic skills like have self-confidence in their academics, critical thinking skills, motivation, time management, and so forth. And then academic and non-academic skills should be assessed, which I think doesn't always happen in a lot of schools. The non-academic skills should be based on teamwork, creativity, problem-solving skills. And then we should utilize multiple measures to assess student learning so that these non-academic skills are also being assessed beyond just the academic content learning. Integrate non-academic and social emotional skills within content areas. So create learning environments for students to develop foundational skills for learning. It's very important that teachers know how to do that and intentionally create these environments that build on what students' needs are. Non-academic are developmental and teachable. This was a big one that I really learned was we shouldn't be making excuses. Schools shouldn't be making excuses. We should be taking responsibility and making sure we are teaching our students these non-academic skills if they're lacking. And then we need to build teacher competency to respond effectively to student needs. And so teachers are confident and know how to respond and teach these areas. So resources continued. Non-academic skills are essential for school success, but not measured by standardized tests. Like 21st century skills, character, grit, growth mindset, non-cognitive traits and habits, social and emotional skills, and soft skills. These aren't measured by standardized tests, so we need to have other assessments that help figure out the needs of our students. Short-term support activities are beneficial during the time of service, but do not have long-lasting effects. So they do a great job during the time where they're getting the support, but once that support is over, students are losing those benefits, and sometimes they don't stick with them unless they have a really a goal of somehow implementing those for the future. So thorough and consistent integration needs to happen across the student experience for them to really learn those skills needed and that they carry through their life. There are 4 non-academic barriers to student success. These 4 domains are physical health, mental health, substance abuse, and violence abuse and neglect. Non-academic indicators are dynamic and interdependent. So that means if there's disruptive behavior, it could be an indicator of depression, or the one barrier could indicate another underlying barrier. So, for example, depression indicating sexual abuse. Students struggle when their essential needs are not met. Schools that recognize and remove barriers as much as possible will find student academic success. And then I thought this quote was very interesting. 88% of US teachers said that student poverty is the number one barrier to effective learning in the classroom. So there needs to be collaboration between schools, families, and community, because we need to break down that barrier. We need to figure out how can we meet the needs of these children so that they can be learning in school. So principal reflection, what I've seen with my current principal, he implements our SEL program, which is 7 Mindsets, and he makes sure that the staff has buy-in to this program and it's consistent throughout the whole building. And then he strongly encourages staff to get involved with non-academic activities. He wants us to make connections with students. He is always telling us what's coming up and to try our best to get there and show that we're here for their students outside the classroom. He also strongly encourages students to participate in non-academic activities, and he is constantly trying to have conversations with kids and trying to inform them of what they could be doing or even what they could be good at. And he's wanting them to build relationships with peers and to work on their social skills. My principal does a great job with shared leadership. He empowers teachers to take the lead on creating clubs and extracurricular activities to support the needs of our students. He really, if he knows you have a talent in something, he tries to get you to make something with that and help students also get a passion towards whatever that is. And he is great at building strong, meaningful relationships through the building and through the community. What I have not seen is assessing non-academic skills. I have not seen those soft skills being assessed. So standard correlation. This assignment correlates with the standard because I evaluated my school and district's current academic and non-academic programs that promote the success and well-being of every student and adult. The research that was required in this module increased my content knowledge of how leadership impacts academic and non-academic activities and barriers by allowing me to understand how essential students' foundational skills are in order to continue to the next level. They can't learn until those foundation skills are met and they've learned those. Strong leadership determines whether a balanced curriculum is in place to promote the success of every student in the building and to help close the achievement gap. Relevant. My submission is relevant to my current learning because I have a better understanding of the need to implement non-academic and academic programs to help close the achievement gap. A key takeaway was learning that non-academic skills are teachable if teachers have proper preparation of how to purposefully and intentionally teach fundamental skills that some students may have missed. Teachers need to provide learning environments that meet the needs of all students. And then reflection. This activity will improve my future educational leadership skills because I will ensure my school has the proper academic and non-academic programs in place to meet the unique needs of all students. It will be essential to provide teachers adequate ongoing professional learning to promote intentional teaching towards the skills needed or the skills that are lacking for students. As a building leader, I will foster a learning environment that is centered around strong connections, confidence, and trust. And here is my reference page. Thank you for listening.